remember hearing the stories that your grandparents used to share that started with something like them saying, in the good old days, this happened or that happened? Perhaps you recall your folks sharing their stories of the good old days to you, too. I know that I have shared the good old days stories with my family, my friends, and my clients, too. One story I share often is about when my wife, Ronnie, and I purchased our first home. We were so excited that we got a rate in the mid-9s for a mortgage. Yes, you heard me correctly. The rate was just shy of double digits, but it wasn't double digits, and because it wasn't, we thought that we beat the bank. Based on what is happening right now in the mortgage markets and in the real estate arena, back then was not the good old days. Right now is the good old days. For the first time in 50 years, mortgage rates fall below 3%. My name is Kevin Martini, and this is episode 107 of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, and I'm calling it The Good Old Days Are Right Now.
This is the Martini Mortgage Podcast with Kevin Martini.
So how low can they go? I am referring to home loan rates. How low do you think they can go? Now, for the official record, I do not know, but I do know that mortgage rates have hit another all-time low, and let me get this off my chest. The only guarantee is where mortgage rates are right now. If you're ready to buy a home, I believe with all of my heart right now is a ground floor opportunity for real estate. And as an added bonus, you may be able to secure a mortgage at a historic moment in time that will be a good old days story that you can share with your kids and your grandchildren. I would be willing to wager that today the rate you're going to get will become an heirloom story that will go on for generations and generations. Speaking of generations, I believe that to create generational wealth, you need to own real estate. Right now, real estate is one of the only assets that may appreciate that you can live in. Now, wait a minute. What about that van that you can park down by the river? You could live in that, and that's an asset too. Fair enough. But keep this top of mind. Very rarely do automobiles appreciate. Let me talk about the home price index. In the most recent quarter, that was during the pandemic, home values went up nationally 1.27%. Now, if you compare this year to the previous year, home values went up 5.6%. And if you compared the previous 5 years, they went up 30.68%. Now, these numbers are national numbers, and we all know that real estate is local. However, if you want to get micro, the Martini Mortgage Group has its headquarters in Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh, North Carolina is located in Wake County. Wake County has a population a little bit north of 1 million people. So let us not look in the rearview mirror. Let us look beyond that hood ornament for a minute at what the experts think about appreciation in the future in Wake County. As a primer, at the time of this recording, the median home price in Wake County was $311,322. It is expected in 12 months home values will go up, wait for it, 3.79%. So that median home price would be $323,128 and worth 3.79% more. Over 5 years, the forecast suggests a 21.27 cumulative appreciation. That means a $66,228 gain in just 60 months. Oh, by the way, if you are buying a home today for the first time or as a repeat home buyer and getting a mortgage, you will be getting a 50-year low interest rate too. Now, to me, this is proof that we are living right now in the good old days. So, if you are ready to buy a home, take action, because being ready is only the first step. The second step is to be able. When buying a home, and if you need a mortgage, the first step is the home loan, and the second step is the home. Sadly, I have met people that have fallen in love with a home, but it was way outside of their budget. And what is really tragic is when they fall madly in love with the home because it's a perfect place, but they cannot afford it. What is totally frustrating to me, this is totally avoidable if you deploy the home loan first strategy and then go find your home. The first step is not to go to one of those fancy websites that offers every home in the universe, nor is the first step to call a realtor and hop into the car and start previewing homes. I promise you this too. The first step is not to go to the World Wide Web and push a button and poof, you get a mortgage, because I have firsthand confirmation what they promise, they do not always deliver. Real estate is all about location, and location means local, and local should be your mortgage strategist. The first step is the mortgage. If you need a mortgage, who you get your mortgage from matters. Even if you do not need a mortgage, do not underestimate the power that a mortgage offers, because real estate is one of the only investments left that you can leverage still to potentially multiply your returns on your cash. I know we are knee deep into a pandemic right now, and some of you are concerned because of the loss of jobs on a national level, and you may fear that people will not be able to make their mortgage payments, and that means possibly foreclosures are coming. If you are thinking this, stop it! Check out episode 106 of the Martini Mortgage Podcast. It was called Jobs in the Housing Market, and it goes beyond the headlines into the data that reflects the pandemic of 2020 is nothing like the housing crisis of 2008. You know, my podcast audience is very diverse. You may be a real estate professional and are tuning in to get some killer information to share with the people you serve. If this is you, it is your obligation, your responsibility, and your duty to share this message to your clients that right now we are living in the good old days. Homes are available, and money to buy those homes is available too. As an added bonus, the money to buy the home is on sale. Now, you may be a current homeowner and listening to the Martini Mortgage Podcast to stay up to date on what's going on in the mortgage arena and the housing market. There are two potential things you need to think about now. Does your current home meet your current and future needs? If it does not, there may never be a better time in history to upgrade. Now, I have helped many families that found out during this pandemic their house did not meet their needs today or in the future, and they upgraded. And for most of them, their payment every month actually went down, courtesy of these epic mortgage rates. Perhaps you are like me and my wife, Ronnie. Our home is perfect. I know what every light switch does. If this is you, it is time, like right now when I say time, to reach out to a trusted local mortgage strategist for a home loan review. You may be able to save money every month with a lower rate, and you may be able to save money to reduce the term of your loan and save tens of thousands of dollars. You may be a renter today and listening to the Martini Mortgage Podcast to get education on the unique home loan programs offered by the Martini Mortgage Group with Benchmark Mortgage. If this is you, let me share this hashtag Kevin Martini Live talking point. There is a time to rent. However, that time is not now. I have found that many people overestimate the amount of money needed for a down payment, and they overestimate what the credit score needs to be to secure a home loan. Today, there are many unique programs that offer a low down payment and some that require no down payment. And your credit does not need to be perfect either. In addition, in North Carolina, we offer a first-time home buyer tax credit up to $2,000 a year every year that you live in that home. That is correct. I said tax credit. Let me close with this. When you are a home buyer, you should not be concerned about the price. You should be concerned with the long-term cost of home ownership. Right now, since we are living in the good old days and mortgage rates have not been this low in over a half of a decade, not a decade, millennium, century, your long-term costs are reduced and your buying power is amplified. As an added bonus, just like getting an extra cherry on a banana split, the experts are projecting in the Triangle of North Carolina, Wake County specifically, over a 20% cumulative appreciation over the next 5 years. Right now is the good old days. We all need to have a roof over our head. It's time to own that roof, not rent it. Right now, during these good old days, it is time to create a situation where you can create not just wealth, but generational wealth. Thank you for tuning in to the Martini Mortgage Podcast. My name is Kevin Martini, and I am the branch manager and chief mortgage strategist with the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage, which is located in Raleigh, North Carolina. And we help families all over the great state of North Carolina and in many other states too. If you want trusted advice and a customized home loan solution that provides certainty with a world-class experience, know that myself and fellow mortgage strategist Logan Martini are here to help. Just give us a jingle at 919-238-4934. Stay safe. Peace and blessings.
The Martini Mortgage Group has provided since 2006 trusted personalized mortgage financing advice to provide the families they serve with not just price and cost clarity, but to give them certainty during the home buying or refinancing process, along with a frictionless, secure, and digital mortgage process. It should always be home loan first and then go find your home. If you or someone you care about has questions about the current mortgage rate environment or the unique home loan solutions the Martini Mortgage Group offers, we invite you to call by dialing 919-238-4934 or check them out on the web by going to martinimortgage.com. The information contained in this podcast presentation is for general product information purposes only. Arclatex Financial Services, LLC, NMLS number 2143, doing business as Benchmark Mortgage, makes no representations or warranties of any kind, expressed or implied, about the completeness, reliability, stability, or availability with respect to the information, products, or services. All loans subject to borrower qualifying. Other restrictions may apply. Branch Manager Kevin Martini, NMLS number 134962. Branch located at 507 North Blunt Street, Raleigh, North Carolina, 27604. Contact the branch by calling 919-238-4934. Equal housing opportunity.